Okay, guys, good evening again. My name is Andrea. I will guide this conversation today. I am replacing Warley, but I have with me great people like Camila, Rogério, and Luis, and we are going to discuss about how much bad news do we need. So before I will start this conversation, let me explain how Talk and Talk works. Maybe are people watching us on YouTube, and if it's a great opportunity to know about our platform, okay? So here's a place where you can practice language such as English, Spanish, Italian, French, and German. This is not a class, this is just an immersion. It means that I am not a teacher. I am not here to teach or correct anyone. I am a student as well, guys. So don't be afraid to make mistakes because we are in a safe place to do it. No one will judge you or correct you, but make sure that everybody that participates on Talk and Talk is going to learn a lot because we are in a safe place in the best place to learn by practicing, okay? So basically that's it. If you want to know more about our project, please go to our website talkandtalk.com.br and check more information. So we always start our meetings here by self-introduction. So Luis, would you like to start, please?
All right. Yes, of course. Well, my name is Luis. I have 30 years old. I'm living in a small city in Minas Gerais countryside. It's a city called Martin Campos with 10,000 inhabitants. And I've been working with technology. I like to learn new things. I like to learn new languages, practice. I have a dog, and that's it. I like to stay with my family, practice some exercise, group exercise, proficiently, proficiently. And yes, I hate to go to the gym, but I'm going.
Okay, we are in the same ship, no mesmo barco, because I don't like to go to the gym, but I think it's necessary. And let me ask you something, Luis. Do you have some plans for the big holiday?
No. Yes, my plan is to stay at home and take a rest. It's a
Good.
big plan.
Yes, and the best one, in my opinion. Thank you, Luis. What about you, Rogério?
Hi guys, good evening again. My name is Rogério. I'm 49. Today I'm 49. Tomorrow I will celebrate a half a century years, do you know?
Tomorrow?
So tomorrow, half a century years.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Happy
yes.
birthday in
Yeah,
advance.
yes. So I'm from São Paulo, but I live in Rio de Janeiro with my family. I work as accountant in our gas company, and next month I will complete 1 year and this on this platform. Here's a good place to learn English, to stuck your fluency, to launch our environment. I think uh, it's a good place to learn. Here help me a lot. I can say even though it's something's wrong, but I can speak on public. I don't know. It's not a matter if someone judge me. It's not. It's not a matter. It's important to speak. If it's wrong, if I commit some mistake, I know I will learn, about
Yeah.
it. Another teacher, another guy speaking, as Camila speaking very well, Andrea. So for me, it's a great moment here. And finally, in my free time, I like to run, practice exercise, learning English, and that's it about me.
Nice, Rogério, and congratulations, 1 year from Talk and Talk. Oh, it's a big achievement. And how do you feel like in your improvement? You said that it's not a problem to make mistakes anymore. So do you feel more confident now since you started on Talk and Talk?
Yes. I've been studying English since 2018, but to
Mhm.
speak in public, it's happened uh, just after I started on this platform.
Yeah,
you know.
and it's so good feel like that, it's like a freedom. You forget
Yes,
about the others
yes,
people thoughts about your English and just keep speaking, because I
yes,
believe
yes.
that is the most important.
Let's
Congrats,
talk.
Rogério. Yes. What about you, Camila?
Good evening, guys. My name is Camila. I am 40. I live in São Paulo, in the capital, and I've been here in Talk and Talk since March 2024, 1 year, as Rogério. And what else? I work as an accountant, as Rogério said. In my free time, I like to read books. I enjoy a book club this year, and before this immersion, I was in a book club meeting to discuss about the book. So I guess this makes me being in the process to read every day. So for me, it's really important. Let me see what else. That's it, I guess, guys. I love to be here to learn English, to develop my English speaking skills, my Spanish also. That's all, I guess.
Nice. Thank you, Camila. And about myself, guys, I am Andrea. I live in Guarujá, the coast of São Paulo, but I was born in São Bernardo do Campo. Actually, I've been living here since I was 7 years old, so it's almost 40 years. I am married, I don't have kids, I don't have pets, unfortunately, but I have a lot of plants in my little balcony, and I really love taking care about my plants, guys. It's a way that I can relax, relax my mind. I forget about my problems. When I have a time, every time I go there and talk with my plants, I don't know if you do it with your plants, guys, but it's so nice to talk with them. And they can answer me, Sometimes I listen in some, okay, I need some water because you forget some water. So just kidding, guys. Oh, what else? In my free time, I like listening to music, drink wine, cooking, and be here on Talk and Talk because I believe that it's the best place to practicing our speaking skills. So that's it, guys. Let's move on. Luis, would you like to read and answer the first one, please?
All right. What is doom scrolling and why do people engage in? Well, this is a new word for me. I read your explanation about it, but there are some doubts that if the doom scrolling is essentially is just about bad news, or doom scrolling is something like a feature on Instagram where you can scroll the hills, for example, and take some easy dopamine, for example. I don't know exactly, but well, I think that there is something very easy to get the news, to get something very easy to our brain. I don't know exactly. A lot of different news and different subjects. In if you don't like something, you just pass, and this is why the people like it, I think. I don't know.
Yes.
This is
Yes. Go
something
ahead, go
that
ahead.
I'm trying to avoid. It's difficult also, but that's okay.
Yes, and you said something interesting. I don't know if it's just the way that you are, for example, on social media scrolling your cell phone, but I believe that doom scrolling is specifically when you search for bad news, you know, not every news that appear for you. You just want to see about bad news. Yesterday have died. Yesterday someone died, you know, or I don't know about. For example, I remember the pandemic times. I stopped watching Jornal Nacional, for example, because every day were the same news, about today many people died, and so I was getting crazy in that time. And since then, I don't watch more Jornal Nacional because of a lot of bad information about the pandemic times. So I don't know why people engage on it, to see just bad things. My husband, for example, loves watching Datena, and I hate it because it's just bad news, guys. So maybe it's the person, that likes that. So I don't know. For me, it's terrible. So let me see about you, Rogério. What do you think?
As Luis said, it's a new word for me, non-schooling. I think people do it because just to spend a time when you're a subway on a bus, when you don't have nothing to do. I think just to keep in their hands the cell phone, just to see news, bad news, good news, the news about the friends, parents. I think it's we adopt these habits. So to avoid this, I think it's so difficult nowadays. I think it's it's a little impossible to avoid this habit because it's a part of our life to stay beside stay beside the us cell phone just to see, to maintain update. I think that's it.
Yes, it's a point as well, Rogério, but I don't know, guys. I think even though we are using a lot social media or our cell phone, imagine that there are people just scrolling the cell phone just to see the bad news. It's really new for me. I didn't know as well about doom scrolling. And when I searched that, I discovered that, oh, it's about just to search from bad news. You like to do it, and I really don't know why. I really avoid that to see the bad news. Of course, sometimes we need to be updated with the news of from the world, but just because you like it, for me, it doesn't make sense. But let me see. What about you, Camila?
Guys, I don't know if I can say don't scrolling the same as watching some videos or podcast about true crime because I am a huge fan of true crime. I try to avoid, but sometimes I just put the true crime to listen at the same time that I am working. I don't know if it's the same because I don't look for something on internet. I have some podcasts that I like to listen sometimes in English, and then I can use as a excuse because I am practicing my English. But in fact, I'm listening to about the terrible stories, and then I don't know why. I guess my family love these things. I used to watch it, Datena, and then I heard that it's not so good for our mental health, these things. I remember on COVID-19 that I was totally without TV, open TV in that period because it was so dramatic to see how many people were dying in that period. So I was without in watching open TV, but about true crime and horror movies, I love it. So sometimes it's difficult for me to avoid them. I don't know why. I guess the good news, people are just like, okay. And then the terrified, the bad words, people feel so attracted, so interesting, so curious about that. I remember a period that we have a website named, I forgot the name, when we can see photos of famous people who died. And then I
My
was
gosh.
watching this, yes, with my sister, hiding because my mom could not say it, could not see that. And then I don't know, guys, I guess it's about curiosity. That I feel really afraid about this, but in my opinion, it's about curiosity, only about it.
Oh my gosh, I was thinking now about this
Yes, I
this
think it
site, and
was.
I remember the time of Mamonas Assassina that has
Yeah.
died. A lot of photos on internet, and the internet is not like that today, but we already have internet, so it's strange for me. Okay, guys, let's move on. Rogério, would you like to read and answer the next one, please?
Yes, yes. How can excessive exposure to bad news affect mental health? Uh, to expose our mental health, it's a bad habit. It could become prejudice for our mental, I think, because we always see bad news than good news, It's easy to find bad news. As Camila said, if you sit on the sofa and watch a journal, TV, the main reason the, to the main reason to this channel gain money, gain public is provide bad news, So I think it's could become prejudice, I think, for our mental because we will sleep thinking about this accident or uh, we can see some people crying, children, elders, I think. So for me, uh, it's so prejudice for our minds. It's my view.
Yes. Yes, totally agree with you, Rogério. Let me see about you, Luis.
Well, I don't know exactly how can this could be bad. This can be bad, but I think depends a lot of depends. There's some person who use it watch these and with no effects, and there is some person who watch bad news, just bad news, and uh, will have problems with these, like I don't know the word syndrome, panic syndrome. I don't know this word exactly, but I think that depends a lot. You mentioned it about that, For me, it's something not so good, just the tragedy to show. I don't know. I think that it's important to see bad news to have knowledge about what is happening, but some more related, some more, I don't know. I will see just one crime. I don't want to know about one crime. I want to know about the statistics and we how can we deal with, all right? More something more related to the root cause of the crime. I think I don't know. This is important to see to talk about it. All right, not just one crime. But
Yeah.
okay, for a lot of people, this could be important. There's no problem. I just prefer do not watch something like that then. But Camila mentioned something about the podcast about crimes, and this is very interesting because they show a lot of. I don't use it. I don't have the habit to watch this, but this is very interesting because they mentioned a lot about scientific investigation and all the logical that they use to solve crimes, and that's it. And in general, my answer for this question that is that depends. There is some person who will be affected. There is others who won't.
Yes, and I believe it's a good point, Luis, because as I said before, my husband loves watching the Athena, and every day when arrive at home from my job, he's watching this kind of journal or this kind of news, and I was like, oh my gosh, why you have patience to listen it, to see it? But he likes, just the taste. Okay. But in my case, I don't like, and I think as you said, sometimes it's necessary to know about the bad news, because we needed to be aware of what's happening in the world, but not about this kind of jornal que espreme, sai sangue. I don't like that, guys. And Camila said about a podcast, and I follow on YouTube, guys. I was searching here, but I don't know if I can find now. A page that have a lot of just crimes. I believe that crime and law or something like that, that have how can I say advogados? Oh my gosh, guys, I just forgot. Lawyers,
Lawyer.
lawyer, having a tribunal, I forgot as well. So we can see it in
Court.
real, yes, court, thank you, Rogério, in a court, and we can see it in real time, you know. And okay, if you stop to think about lawyer in a court, we have a lot of bad news, but it's different because it's something that you are learn a lot of words, it's in English as well, but I believe that is not so sprem sai sangue like this kind of journal, this kind of news like Datena and other ones that we have in Brazil. So I don't know. What do you think, Camila?
Guys, I guess I agree with all of you about the expose of this could not be so good. I have an idea here because I grew up in a military family, and maybe I grew up with this kind of contact. Listen about this information inside of my house. But of course, at the same time, we need to avoid this kind of content. I remember a time in my life that I was just decide to watch on Datena and other. I always said Jornal Sangrento here in my house. I always said that, and then I avoid just because if you decide to watch it, they will reply the same information or the same new maybe after 10 minutes, and then you will watch the same, and sometimes you feel like, oh my gosh, why I am doing it. So I guess as Luis said, I love this way to the investigation about things. I watched, I forgot the name of the series, Dexter. Oh my gosh, since we don't have streams, so for me, it was really good to follow these ideas of how to deal with or the environment of the investigation. So for me, it's really interesting. I've already tried to enjoy the military, but I don't have the height, I guess, the correct height to enjoy it, and then I give up. But I grew up in a family like this, and I guess we need to be in contact because inside of my house was something common. So not nowadays because my parents are divorced, but I guess this became natural for me since I was a kid. So this is not a problem, but I totally agree about the mental health. This is not good, I guess, to be exposed to this for a long period.
Yes, and I just thinking about the pandemic times, guys, because was terrible, we were in a situation that we didn't know about our future, and every time that we turn on the TV, just the same news, So it changed a little about my mental health in that time, I remember, and then I stopped watching Jornal Nacional because was terrible. And since then, I didn't watch anymore. So maybe I protect my mental health in that time, Thank God. So let's move on. Camila, would you like to read an answer, please?
Yes, yes. Number 3, right? Should the media change the way it presents news? What could be done? Another thing that I would say about the last question, it's people sometimes feel at home in this period, and we don't have to nowadays people watching novelas. I don't know how to say that in English, as in the past. So I guess they changed a little bit the topic. The people, the old ladies, for example, they avoid to watching novelas and start to watching the bad news. And maybe this can be harmful because we can feel afraid more than the natural thing, because we are watching this every day and you feel like, oh, you need to pay attention to go outside. Oh, soap operas. Wow, great. So I don't think people watch it so much soap operas as in the past. And they change a little bit the way to watch things doing the dinner. So I guess could be an option, but I guess the media wouldn't change it because this is something that human beings feel attracted about, the curiosity, the way it has people suffer maybe or die. So we like to know, but we avoid to see, for example. But we are always curious about that. So I don't think the media will change something. There is a host here, Camilinha Pedrosa. She worked in a channel here in Brazil for 7 years, Balanço Geral, if I'm not wrong. And she worked there for 7 years. So was about this. She was around this bad news. So she suffered a lot in this period. We have this conversation before. So it's a kind of, yeah, yeah. Then I guess the people feel attracted with this just to pass time. Like you leave your TV open and not open. You leave in your TV, turn on, and then you leave there just to listen. And then I guess they would change. And I have no idea how to change it for sure. I don't think this is a possibility, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kabila. I think the media call a lot of attention of the public with
Yeah.
this kind of programs, and even it's like a gossip, but in a real life, I don't know, it's a different kind of gossip. Gossip that people has that have died or I don't know, suffered an accident, this kind of things.
Mhm.
So let's go. What about you, Rogério?
From my view, I think they should be changed this way because, as Camila said, it's so, how can I say, repetitive? I don't know.
Repeat it.
It's,
I
yeah,
don't know.
repeated all the time. So the same notice. If he happens something, uh, I mean, if it happens some big, they stop the schedule for this day and show this subject for all the day. So it's prender. It's, I don't know, I forget this word. It's,
Catch, I believe, catch the
yes,
attention.
get the attention for this subject. So uh, I think it's not a good. Or uh, what's happened in our politics with our politics guys. Uh, uh, I think the main journals, the main newspaper try to move our idea about some politician guide. For example, the popularidade, don't know how can I say this, the popularidade from our president are down, but they found a news to explain it because it's down because they are he's travel or he's sick or he's doing another thing. They trying to uh, change our mind, trying to as force their idea. I don't know if you understand me. We
Yes,
we have we
I
have
got
our
your
opinion.
point.
We have our opinion, but they trying to change our opinion, uh, following their opinion.
Yes, I got your point, Rogério. What about you, Luis?
Well, first of all, I think that there is no impartial news. All right. everyone will share your idea, as all of you are doing right now. And if the news should change, yes, probably, but I don't know exactly how or the way. I think that, of course, that a lot of bad news is bad, but it's important to know. And I have some example. I have one example, a very bad example. In 2008, a kidnap happened on Santo André, and the media show almost live the kidnapping, and that that was very bad because this do some prejuízos, I don't know, something harmful for the victims. And for a lot of years, a lot of specialists, research studied that case to show the the real role of the media transmitting this kind of news, something like this. Of course, that we must change, not we exactly. The media must change a little bit, but I don't know exactly how. And that is my answer.
Yes, it's interesting that you said, oh, Luis, because I have just remembered the last case about the girl that was killed. I don't remember the name, and I was not follow so much, but every day was the same, every day. And I believe that in Global, I don't know, in a program in the morning, I don't remember the name of the program. Uh, was like that, people said something in the real time, and it's not so true. And maybe the father processed TV Globo because of this. So I believe that they are just thinking about the audience, and don't think about the family. Imagine how much hurtful can be for the family need to give an interview in that time for the all the TVs, because of this, because people want to show what was happening. But guys, it's not a time to do it, So this is the problem. But I believe that it's cultural as well, because we as a Brazilian, we love that, I don't like, but there are a lot of people that like. And then because we have a lot of people that like, every time we will see this kind of advertisement, I believe that we can say that advertisement like espreme sai sangue. So it's really difficult, in my opinion. Ah, 2008 foi Eloá. Yes, I think so. I think so. Okay, guys, let's move on. Rogério, would you like to choose another question? We don't need to follow if you want to.
Yes, question 5 is easy to answer.
Go ahead.
What strategies can help people reduce their doom scrolling habits? Exercise. I think it's a good way to reduce doom scrolling. Read a book. Read a good book is a good strategy from my view. And which more? Uh, let's see. Yeah, if you are at home, I think read a book. I think could be watch a movie, listen music, just to relax. I think it's a good because you need to disconnect of the job. You need to disconnect of the colleagues from office. So if you are at home and continue to find notice bad news, what happened in the world, I think it's could be bad. You can you don't have a time you don't have a opportunity to your brain rest. It's my view.
Exactly. Just to summarize, we need just to take care about our lives, Rogério. Like, take this time to, I don't know, go to the gym, read a book, as you said, study a new language, start studying English, start studying something, and forget about this kind of things because it's possible, guys. I've been without watching soap operas, for example, for years, and I don't have the wish to do it again. So I believe it's a habit, and if you when you create a habit, as you create a habit for scrolling your cell phone to watch social medias, we can create a habit to go to the gym or to read a book or I don't know, start a new language, just depend on you. But it's not easy, right, guys? What do you think, Camila?
This is a good question. In this link that I put here in the chat, we have the example of Eloa. This is until now a case that people discussed because the media was so influenced and the police made so much mistakes. I know that this case is discussed inside of the police treinamento because I have some friends there, so they always talk about this case of Eloa. And I guess what a strategy can help people to reduce, as Rogério said, if you decide to read a book, this could be change your life forever because you will realize that you have time for other things and you can grow your repertoire. I don't know I don't know how to say that in English, but you can speak about other things. Maybe you don't have the opportunity to connect with different people or going to the gym or even learning a language, guys. We know how hard it is to and how long will take to learn a language. So if you try to learn something new, this can for sure take you out of this kind of media and news. Or maybe if you try to do try to change your habit or your environment, maybe, because I know that every time maybe you are talking with some neighborhood and then you have to discuss about the random things and you have to speak about this, but we can do a lot of things and we always use the excuse that we don't have time for that. So maybe try to find a time to do different things.
Yes, good point, Camila. I believe that we have time, we don't know how we just don't know how to handle the time, to manage the time. I believe that is the correct word. And I've been struggling a lot to handle, to manage my time, guys. But because of the social media, we need to confess that. What about you, Luis?
Well, be here on Talk and Talk, for example, could be something good to avoid this habit. I think that read a book, uh, it's very something good because it's like you are doing something more constantly, all right, day by day, not just like scrolling. Even if we talk not just about bad news, but if you are on the social media scrolling, I think that it's something not so good for our brain, probably. And try to do some more constantly, day by day. Make your lunch instead of call for a delivery, something like this. All right, and walk on the streets regularly. Something I'm talking about a habit that we are going to build. All right. I don't like to go to the gym, of course, and I will say this in every opportunity that I have, but could be something good also, the process. All right.
Yes,
And
totally
that's
agree.
it.
Totally agree, Luis, with you. Okay, guys. Camila, would you like to choose another one?
Yes, let me see here. Mhm. What number 11? What should individuals do when they realize they are scrolling too much? Maybe they don't know how bad this could be for their lives. And then they are. I know that because I am inside of this. Like maybe we only have this kind of topic to discuss in your environment. So when you change it, since the case, as you said, Andrea, the girl, the name was Victoria, and I was
Yes.
like, I felt so overwhelmed about that. Every day you are listening the same news about this and fake news and policy mistakes, and then I decided to avoid this kind of. But my mom's always said to me, "Oh, have you heard about this?" And then I felt, please don't tell me these things. I am trying to feel out of that, but it's so hard to maybe change your way to see things, because of course we need to be aware about everything, but if you just look at this, you cannot help yourself to do something better, or maybe you can have some mental disorder or panic attack because you are just listening to these things, watching this bad news. So maybe you feel afraid of go outside, maybe. So I have maybe people feel without some disease related to this. Maybe you need to change your environment, in my opinion. Environment change everything, in my opinion. Even when you're not so good in something, if you take yourself out of the environment, you can change everything.
Yes, good point, Camila, and I agree with you. And I was thinking here, guys, about the empathy as well. Maybe people put so much attention in this kind of information because maybe there is a lack of empathy, there is a lack of love, for the others in the world in general. Because imagine you cannot put yourself in another shoes to understand what the family of this girl who who are passing, to to a lot of information and maybe fake news. And I don't know. I just thinking about that, I try to put myself in other shoes to understand, oh, okay, it's really difficult to pass through the situation. So maybe it's better not to put so much attention. It's okay. The girl, it's already died. So of course we need to find the guilty, the guy that did it. But the media, oh, it's a lot of uh guys in cima da família. I don't know how to say that. So it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. What about you, Rogério?
I agree with Camila. I think this question explain better the meaningful from this word on schooling. I understand better about this question. Understand better. Uh, I think should they are schooling too much. We are in this. We nowadays we are doing schooling a lot. We spend our time doing it all the time. Uh, think about when the experience that Elon Musk become become realized, tornar realizar the internet inside your mindset. I think this situation could change the the path that we use the internet or notice about the world a lot. We don't have from my view, I don't have a mental health to absorb all the information about the world. It's totally it's necessary to have a powerful brain. You don't have it. So what should the individuals do? I think I don't know. enjoy your family, children, parents. I don't know. It's my view. I don't know.
Yes, we have a big problem in general when it comes to social media and this kind of news, you know. We are, I say we because everybody here, I believe that use cell phone or something like that, but just in general, we are became addiction on it, you know. So it's really difficult sometimes to handle. And I don't know, we need to find this balance, guys. You know, go to the gym, read a book, this kind of things to help us. What about you, Luis?
Well, I'm going to the mountains, to the forest, build my fire. It's just a joke. I'm sorry. But well, I think I agree with Camille. I think that the people in this situation don't know really. They just
Yeah,
watch Datena every day and check the news, even the fake news on the smartphone, on the all right. That's it. Try to go to the mountains also and do some exercise, learning English, stay here on Talk and Talk. And that's it.
yeah. I would advise for people to go to Talk and Talk, you know, because we can talk in English with different people, amazing people, and we have a lot of subjects, different subjects, you know, we need to discuss about this kind of subject. And sometimes we will find subject that we even talk we don't talk even in Portuguese. So it's a great place to I don't know to gain confidence, to gain knowledge, you know. So and to I don't know to improve yourself. Go ahead, Luis.
Once I called a friend to subscribe on Talk and Talk, and I said a lot of good things about the platform, about the community. And he asked me, "How much do you want if I subscribe me?" And I said, "No, I don't want nothing. It's good. I really believe that it's good."
Yeah, because it's work for me,
Yeah,
right?
yes, it helps me a lot.
Yes. I do the same, Luis, and people I can't understand why people don't take this opportunity because I offered for all my friends and oh, they
Yes,
still thinking about, come on, guys, if you need to speak in English, please go to Talk and Talk.
yes, I have a friend. He's a excellent professional, but he don't speak English, and he said me, "Oh, I need to speak English," and I present the platform, and he asked me this question, and I said, "No, I wins nothing. I will want nothing. If you
Yeah,
subscribe, I even don't know if you subscribe. Just take this chance and learn English because he is a very good professional." And this could open a lot of opportunities for him, but that's okay.
exactly. Maybe one day, right? I think it like
Yes.
that. Thank you, Luis. Okay, guys, we don't have more time to continue in the conversation. And I put on the chat the survey. You can rate this immersion. You know, the topic was made from Warley, just to remember you guys. And feel free to put everything that you think, if you like, if you dislike, okay? And you can put some ideas from new topics to discuss here, okay, guys? So I hope you have liked it. It was a great conversation. I didn't know about this word, and now I learn a lot from it, you know. So thank you so much, Camila, Rogério, and Luis. And that's it, guys. Have a great night. Bye bye.
See
See
you.
you.
Bye bye,
Good
guys.
night.
Bye
Thank
Bye
you
bye.
Thank you,
bye.
all.
Andrea.